Hello, my name is Janina Fialkowska, and welcome to another installment of In Concert for Cambodia. We're living in a tough time right now. The past year has been terrible due to COVID. But we also have to remember that although COVID is just awful, and is awful for the entire world, there's still many other problems, like child abuse, orphans, children who go to bed hungry, who don't have homes. We can't forget these children, and the wonderful youngsters, young musicians that we're going to hear today are donating their time and their talent to playing you a concert so that we can raise a little bit of money for the Peaceful Children's Homes in Cambodia, which is a wonderful project. It gives a safe haven to orphans, and most importantly, it gives them an education. Many of their alumni have actually gone on to university. And this is why it's so wonderful that my young colleagues are giving this concert today. Please donate. It's a wonderful cause, and we're very much needed. Thank you.
Hello, and welcome to our Winter 2020 IC4C fundraising concert for the Peaceful Children's Home in Battambang, Cambodia. My name is Flora Liebig, and I'm the coordinator for In Concert for Cambodia. We hope you, your family, and friends are all well, and that this concert will bring you some welcome cheer and raise your spirits. As you know, our last spring concert had to be moved from a live setting to a virtual one, owing to the pandemic. We're still performing virtually and are happy to connect with you today. Much has happened since our last concert. Since the spring, COVID-19 has affected all of us, including the children and young people in Cambodia. They've had to be homeschooled, they've learned to wear masks, to make soap, and to disinfect. In the midst of the pandemic in August, plans to build a road through Home 1 unfortunately came into effect. The children had to be moved permanently 6 hours away to Home 2 in Battambang, alongside the university students living there. Recently, there was severe flooding in Battambang province, and Home 2 was badly affected and has had to carry out major repairs. As you can imagine, responding to the pandemic and to the flooding has created major and unforeseen expenses. Your donations are more important than ever at this time. All donations go directly to the home for the well-being of the children and young people, for their health care, and very importantly, for their education, including university studies. This concert is to thank those of you who've already contributed and to encourage others to make a donation. A special word of thanks to Stanford Chung, organizer and performer at today's concert, who has devoted much time and thought to putting this concert together. Our thanks also to pianists Naoko Sakata, Jason Fung, and Dane Ko. Our warmest thanks also to Kyle Bergout, IC4C Youth Coordinator, who from Winnipeg continues to provide invaluable ideas and communications help. Before we start the musical program, we have a few words from Luc Payan, our fellow Canadian who just spent 5 years as a volunteer at the homes.
Hi, Chumlipsu. My name is Luc Payan. I am a Canadian nurse working in Cambodia since 2015. That's when I have retired as a nurse. So I do volunteer work at Peaceful Children's Home here in Cambodia, which is supported by IC4C, In Concert for Cambodia. Thank you for your generous support for that. I teach basic computer, I teach English to the children, and I do primary health care. We have been lucky about COVID-19 at the homes. We have not been affected too much in the homes. The children have restarted their school last month, and they do the safety measure to prevent COVID-19. We were affected more by the flooding actually last month at home to Batambang. We had to move the children in the upper level of the homes there, but now it has been resolved already. So thank you to Flora, the director of IC4C, for her good work, and thank you again, all generous donors that you are there in Canada. Hakon.
Hi, my name is Jason Fong, and I'll be playing César Franck's Prelude, Fugue, and Variations. It's been 15 years since I've been playing piano, and I'm glad, even in the midst of pandemic, to be having this opportunity to play for people and for a good cause as well. I'd like to extend my thanks to Flora Lieblich and Stanford Chung for organizing. Enjoy the performance.
My name is Naoko Sakata, and I am a master's student in piano performance at McGill University. Today I will be playing from Toronto, and I will be playing the first three movements of Debussy's Suite Bergamasque, which are the Prelude, the Menuet, and Clair de Lune.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to thank everyone for joining in this wonderful and intimate concert. My name is Stanford Chung. I am from Toronto, and I'll be sharing with you all two pieces. The first piece is titled Andada by the Japanese composer Ryuichi Sakamoto. The second piece is Ballade No. 2 by Frédéric Chopin. I hope you all enjoy. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dane Coe, and currently I'm in Toronto in one of the piano studios of the Royal Conservatory where I study. And for today's concert, I've prepared two contrasting selections. The first one is Brahms's Intermezzo in E-flat major, the first one of Opus 117. So Opus 117 consists of three intermezzos, and all three of them, I think, represent a different part of someone's life. So we can almost conceptualize this set as a human trilogy, even. The first one, the one that I will play and present for you today, has a kind of innocence to it that's tinted with melancholy at the same time, because the poem that Brahms decides to include as part of, or the prelude to this intermezzo, the author is talking about his wish for a child to sleep sweetly, but that's because it pains him to see the child weeping. So this narrative of sleeping sweetly can be heard in the outer sections, and in the middle section, there's that weeping gesture, and there's that melancholy. So outer, more serene sections contrasted by a more pained middle section. And then after that, I will have the toccata from the second suite by a Romanian composer, George Enescu. And I think he's one of the greatest composers of all time that has been neglected by many instrumentalists and pianists. And the suite that I'm playing has a nickname, and it's called the Sonorous Bells. So in this toccata, which is supposed to be a more virtuosic display of technique, it's not quite what the title suggests. It has a folk tune in the middle of it, and there are lots of sounds that are overlapped, and as he suggests, sonorous spells. There's lots of ringing sounds and freedom of expression that's unlike that motoric physicality that's suggested by what people normally think of toccatas in piano and in other instrumental writing. So we first have a lullaby by Brahms, followed by a very unconventional toccata by one of the greatest composers of the 20th century. So thank you for supporting such a great cause, and I hope you continue to enjoy the concert.
Hi there, I'm Kyle Bergout, the Youth Coordinator of In Concert for Cambodia, and I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. I'd like to send a special thanks out to all 4 of our musicians for sharing their wonderful performances with us tonight. And I'd especially like to thank Stanford, who put together all of tonight's concert video footage. To close out tonight's concert, I'd like to share with you a few words of thanks that come to us from Vuk Chum, who's the Executive Director of the Peaceful Children's Homes. And him, together with his brother, grew up at the homes. Our deepest thanks for your generosity and support of the Peaceful Children's Home. Your kindness enables us to provide a safe and supportive home for children in need. It also gives them the opportunity to study up to and including university. Your gesture not only improves their lives, but those of their families and of the next generation. With your continued support, I am confident that when the children from PCH2 graduate from university and are employed, they will also care for those in need. As you can see, together with your help, we're really making a big difference in these children's lives, and we want to thank all of you for all of your support. If you'd like to donate and you haven't done so already, there are 2 ways you can do so. You can send an e-transfer to inconcertforcambodia@gmail.com, or you can visit our website, which is inconcertforcambodia.wordpress.com, and you can pay online using a credit card there. On behalf of the entire IC4C team and the Peaceful Children's Home, I'd like to extend our warmest wishes and wish all of you a happy and healthy holiday season. We look forward to seeing you at our next concert, and in the meantime, stay safe and be well. Thanks.